Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Today we're going to do an acrylic design using the Not Polish acrylic system. So the first colour we're going to come in with is Blonded Moment, which is a beautiful yellow. So going for like the pastel shades today. Then what I'm going to do is come in with the pink, which is Dream Seduction. And then the beautiful mint green, which is Commint-ment. Now, when I was looking at purchasing this system, I had a few questions before. If I say one more time. So I had a few questions that I weren't clear on. So I've been watching their videos for a while now. Since lockdown, they've got quite regular on the YouTube, whereas previously not so much. It was a bit hit and miss, to be honest. And I've been watching her, and she doesn't always cap the whole nail. So my first question was, are these all core powders? She has come back and the answer is yes. And then my second question was, I'm looking on the website and I like to buy the full system, so I like to get the monomer as well. And I can't find it. I cannot find the monomer. So I've been told you can use any monomer, but majority do use Young Nails. It works really, really well with Young Nails monomer, which I have. So I was like, right, okay, perfect. I'll get a few acrylics, I'll test it out myself, and we'll see. So on my previous video where I unboxed and swatched them, I will link that above. Apart from a couple of nudes, clear and a white, and I went for the Milky White. They do three. They do a soft white, a white and a Milky White, so, and a clear. I brought a bundle. I found that more value for money, really. So that's why I got that. So let's look at these nails then. Where are we? Okay, so I'm just finishing off this 3-colour blend. I'm going to leave that to set up before coming in on the ring finger with Blonded Moment. And I'm going to ombre that with the Nude. I think it's called Nude Perfection, the one I'm using today. I got two. I got that one and I got Warm Glow, which is a shimmer. It's got like a gold fine shimmer running through it. It's really, really pretty. But for this one, I didn't want to detract from the nail art that we're going to do. It's going to be a really, really simple flower using marble inks. So I thought that'd be really good to get the acrylics out, do a design, but the main focus today is going to be on some simple nail art for you guys. So in order to put down my nail art, I need a white background. So the Milky White is what we have here from Not Polish. I'm going to do a full nail here. So I'm just tucking it in around that cuticle area, and then I'll just pull down the front of that bead. Now I'm going to put down a thin layer of the white. So I'm going to come in with that second bead. The brush I'm using today is Ink London number 8. I like to use a little brush with this hand from the Red Iguana because she is really dainty, really, really little. I swap between brushes. Do you ever do that yourselves? It just depends what mood you're in when you're doing it. First of all, I'm using an acrylic system I haven't used before, so trying to get the ratio and everything right. It's not always the same with all acrylic systems, so that's always something that you've got to bear in mind as well when using an acrylic system for the first time. So this is me practicing. Anyway, once I've laid down that thin layer of Milky White, I'm then going to come in with some Mylar and Stars. I'm trying to think, it's a glitter fairy. I can't think of the name, but I will pop it down below for you. But it's basically got a Mylar sort of mix with iridescent stars in. So anyway, this is my first time capping, so I thought I would leave this in. So I'm popping it down at that cuticle area, tucking it in and then pulling it down. I'm just basically going to cover the nail with a thin layer of acrylic. I'm not going to go mad, and my apex and everything is already there. I'm quite happy with that. Just make sure that's nice and neat around that corner. And there you have it. So that's the nail from the side view. And then I'm going to come in with that nude here. Now, so what I do when I'm doing an ombre is I place it down where the colour is blended, fade down the back of that nude, and then pull just the front of that bead down over the coloured acrylic. So this is all in real time here, guys. And then what I'll do is pick up another bead and I'll pop that down at the cuticle area. So I'm going to blend that, and once I'm perfectly happy with that, I'm then going to come in with that glitter mix. It's basically a mylar mix and iridescent stars. So I'm going to put that in a trail from the top right hand corner. I'm going to trail it across that ombre and then up the left side of that stiletto shape, placing it strategically there. So not just shoving it on, you know, you do need to place these glitters where you want them, manoeuvre them around, go in night. I mean, this is in real time here. So I put it really gently, just a little bit on my brush, because some of them stars are really quite chunky and I don't want them all on there. But I love those colours, guys. What do you think? Aren't they beautiful? So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to leave that to set, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do like a patchwork quilt of the pastel shades. So we have Dream Seduction is the pink. I like you a lot, the lilac. We have, what else is there? Commint-ment. I like that one. And Blonded Moment, which is the yellow. So I've done this before, and all I do is use medium beads on slightly the wetter side, if anything, and for that reason is that they will amalgamate together. They'll blend nicer if they're a little bit wetter. Although I'm not looking to blend them together as such, I want them to look like a bit of a patchwork quilt. So I'm going to use all those colours all the way to the tip, let that set up, and then I'll come in with that nude colour again and place it exactly the same as I did on the ring finger, putting that first bead down at the blend area, so where that coloured acrylic is blended back, pull that bead down at the front, blend it back at the back, and then put a second bead down at the cuticle area. Come on, Trey, what you faffing at? Oh, I got a bit of glitter in there. Trying to think, what am I doing? Basically, for anybody who does YouTube videos, you'll know that the recording box goes straight across the first third from the bottom up of the picture. So we always try and put the video in frame, but that blooming recording box blocks it so many times. I'm sure you've heard lots of YouTubers saying, I can't see the recording bar's in the way, and it does. There's a big black bar. It says recording and it goes straight across the bottom third of the screen. So I couldn't see. But yeah, I remember now. I was picking out some flipping glitter. That pesky little bits, it gets everywhere. So once I'm happy with that, I'll let that set up a bit, and then I'm going to come in with some clear acrylic. I felt like it didn't quite come up the right hand side as much as it did the left, so I tried to just even that out a little bit. So that's set up. I've clear cut the rest of the nails. I'm then going to clear cap this nail before coming in, file and shape all these nails off camera, and then we can get on with the inky flower. So exciting. I don't tend to leave the cap in, and I find it boring. I find it boring on my videos, never mind anybody else's, you know. I know some of you want to see it, so I have left a little bit in for you, but really, if you've seen somebody apply, you know, acrylic, clear capping's rather boring. So guys, we are filed and shaped, and we're coming in with matte top coat. So this is Make It Matte from CJP, and I'm going to pop that on the middle finger. I've run out of Ugly Duckling's matte top coat, and this came in an order I had last month, I think, the month before. I knew I was running out. I've been using loads of it with all the nail art courses, because you always do nail art on a matte surface. So we're going to do nail art on the middle finger. So we'll make it matte, and we'll put the top gloss on the other 3 nails. So I'm going to use up what I've got first before I crack open the not polish. I do have it, but I'm saving it. I will use it, guys. I'll use it when we've used this one up. So yeah, we're going to pop that in the lamp, and we'll give it a full cure. These are the marble inks we're going to use. I have Born Pretty, so let's get in with it. So right, okay, we're going to do a flower. Now what I can tell you is, take off the ink off the brush. Do not flood this bit of the design. You're going to go in with a really, really small dot of ink. You can see what I'm doing, and it spreads like wildfire. You can go in and add some more, but it's really difficult to take it off. So there's 2 colours. The second tip I'm going to give you as well, the brush on this blue. Now it came like this when it arrived. I didn't make the brush look like this. It's horrendous. So somebody somewhere put it wrong in the bottle. So anyway, you do the best you can with the instruments that you've got. So anyway, guys, a tip I will give you is, do not put these colours close together, because the inks spread. It will spread on the matte top coat, and what we don't want is these colours running into each other. So the first layer, I'm going to put down a dot. I go in maybe 2 or 3 times just to intensify that colour. Don't put loads on, take it off your brush. You can always go in and add some more. Then on the bottom half, because I'm going to let that dry, on the bottom half I'm going to go in with green and yellow, and I'm going to marble that together, because that's going to be like me grass, if you like. I'm just putting a little bit of scenery down at the bottom, and I want it to be subtle. I want it to be in the background. I don't want it to take away from the beautiful flower we're going to do. So I come in with some acetone and isopropyl alcohol. It's all mixed together there, and it makes a lovely blend for marble inks. If I wanted to take it away, I would use acetone, but to mix the 2 together, or isopropyl alcohol is another one, it just blends it lovely. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to come back in for my second layer of these petals. I'm going to do exactly the same again. Take it off the brush, add it, and this is where I'm going to just move it around. Add a little bit more. Teeny tiny drop. Move it around till I'm happy. Let that dry, and then go in with another one. And I'm going to go all the way around all the colours. Oh, that one looked too much. If that happens, quickly go in, wipe it away. I'm lucky it didn't happen with any of the others, otherwise if it starts running into the other colours, you have to start again, in the fact that you have to go back and put the pigment back into the petals, otherwise it can overrun by one of the colours. I don't want these to be perfectly shaped. Petals are not perfectly shaped. So what I'm doing is, I've got my little blend mixture there, I'm going in, and I let that all dry up. Then I'm going to come in with a little bit of black Artisan paint in the middle, do a little dot, and then with a small detailer brush. I'm using the gel and I'm going to pull it out and make it wispy into those petals. Then what I'm going to do is pop that in the lamp and give that a full cure. Then with a striper brush, I'm going to come in with the black Artisan gel paint and I'm going to do a stem. I will then zap that in the lamp, and then I'm going to come in with champagne gold, which is a metallic, so when the light hits it, it will gleam off that, and I'm going to put it slightly to the side, not over the top of that stem. Add a couple of the champagne gold dots in the middle of that flower. This is where the detail comes in. I did some leaves with the black Artisan gel paint. So I'm just going to go in with the green ink and I'm going to pop that in the middle of that Artisan gel paint. So guys, when this is all dry, I will then go over with a top coat to seal everything in. So usually if this was on a person, I would do 2 top coats because it's nail art. So I would do one, I would cure it for half the time and then go in with a second top coat. Then guys, that's the end of the video. Guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed this little nail play today. If you have enjoyed this video, would you please take a moment and hit that thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. Any questions, please pop them below in the comments box. Everything will be listed in the description box as always. There's a picture at the end to show you everything in its full glory. Guys, thanks for tuning in today, and until next time, bye.